Okay, today is Monday, December 3rd, 2018. My name is Amanda Thomas. I'm a student in the Bachelor's of Arts program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University. I'm conducting this interview as part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in a project that I'm working on, which is Government and You in the Contribute for Society project. The interview will be used to create Government and You and submitted to College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely for that purpose. The interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system, to which only the evaluator and College for America staff will have access. Do you have any questions?
No.
Do you give your consent to be interviewed and recorded?
Yes.
Okay, so then can you read that?
I, Nicole Freisen, give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as part of the student's academic work.
All right, thank you. So I'll just be asking you a few questions about the government. The first question is, what are the three branches of government?
Judicial, executive, and legislative.
Okay. And yes, that is correct. Those are the three branches of our government. Do you know what each of those branches does?
The judicial is the Supreme Court, the executive is the president, and the legislative is the Senate and House of Representatives.
Okay. Yes, so for the legislative, that is made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives, and they're the ones that create laws, and they're the only ones who can change laws. And the executive branch is the president, and that's the branch that actually carries out the laws. And the judicial branch is made up of the federal courts, including the Supreme Court,
Okay.
and they decide if laws are violating the Constitution and actually defining laws.
Okay.
Now, the third question is, so there's Democrats and Republicans, which are the major parties. Can you name a third party?
Libertarian.
Yes, that's correct. Libertarian is a third party. They typically don't have any significance or impact on elections, and for the most part, they haven't usually won an election. The last question is, what is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law?
I don't know.
All right, a bill is basically where representative sponsors create a bill, and then it's signed and sent to the House of Representatives and then the Senate, and then it's either voted on or debated on, and then it gets sent to the president, where the president then either signs or vetoes it and has 10 days to do so. And that was basically it, so thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Amanda Thomas. I am a student in the Bachelor of Arts program with College for America with Southern New Hampshire University. I'm conducting this interview as part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in a project for Government and You that I'm working on for the Contribute to Society project goal. The interview will be used to create Government and You project and submit it to College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely for this purpose. The interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system, to which only the evaluator and College for America staff will have access. Do you have any questions?
No.
Do you give your consent to be interviewed and recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Can you read that statement?
I, Lakeisha Braham, give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as part of the student's academic work.
All right, thank you. So I'll just be asking you a few questions about the government. The first question is, what are the 3 branches of the government? Do you know what the 3 branches of our government?
I do not know.
Okay. Our government is made up of 3 branches, which include the legislative branch, which is made up of the Senate and House of Representatives, and they create laws, and they're the only ones who can change laws. The next branch is the executive branch, and that's with the president, and that's the branch that carries out the laws. And then the 3rd branch is the judicial branch, which has the Supreme Court and federal courts, and they decide if laws are violating the Constitution, and they basically define laws. And my next question is, what does each branch do? Do you know what each branch does?
I do not.
Okay. Well, I basically kind of just gave an overview of that when I went over each branch. But again, the executive branch is, if you created a triangle, executive branch is at the top because that's the president who carries out all the laws. And then the legislative branch and the judicial branch is at the bottom right and left corner of the triangle. And with them, they regulate each other by checks and balances. So that not one can really overpower another one. And it's designed that way so that one basically is not taking over the rest of them. The next question is, there's Democrats and Republicans for the major parties. Can you name a 3rd party?
Isn't it independent?
Yeah, independent or like libertarian.
Yeah.
That's correct. The 3rd party usually doesn't have an impact on the elections, and typically they haven't really won any elections. The last question is, what is the basic process in which a bill becomes a law?
I'm not sure. I know that has to be presented to the Senate and passed, and maybe like another step is in there, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was going in the right direction. So representative sponsors the bill and then works to get it signed and have it sent to the House of Representatives and then the Senate, and then it gets voted on. Then it gets sent to the president, who then has 10 days to sign it or to veto it.
Right. Okay.
Yep, so that is all my questions. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.